All right, there we go. Can you guys hear me? Let's wait for a couple more people to get into the room. But let me start off with, hey guys, it's Wahima, but just call me Wah. Melanated! Welcome to my recap of The Bachelor Season 25, Episode 1 and 2. And in this season, we have a Black Bachelor finally. I mean, finally. Okay, so you guys let me know if you can see me and if I'm doing this right, because I put all my little brain sickles together in order to make this work. So I hope it's working. On my end, it looks like it's a little delayed, and I hope that's not the case. I hate The Bachelor too. Let's get into it. What is this? It's saying I don't have a smooth... Ugh, so much is wrong with this. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Oh, so annoying. Such as view. YouTube is not receiving such as viewers will experience buffering. Okay, how do I fix that? Who knows? Are you guys, is the buffering bad? I hope that it isn't. All right, let's just go from here. I have a lot to talk about. We have a lot to unpack. Okay, I took notes. There's a delay. All right, well, I hope it isn't terrible. It looks real slow on my end. Okay, so we have Matt James. He is 28 years old. He's from North Carolina. He's into commercial real estate. He lives in New York City, and he also takes children. Clear audio, but it's hella bad. Visually super delayed, but can hear you perfectly. Oh, I don't know how to fix it. Yeah, it's telling me the stream is not good. Yeah, it's telling me that. Just listen to my voice. Just pretend it's a podcast. Maybe I'll just put up a giant picture. I'll take myself out of it. Okay, let me make this picture bigger of Matt. That way you don't have to watch my face going super, super slow. There, is that better? I think that's better. Let's just do that. Okay, so now let's talk about the fact that this is the year 2020 when this is filming, and this is the first time that we have had a Black Bachelor. Isn't that a problem? That's a problem, right? I mean, I know that we live in a country where black men are like, hunted. But the fact is that Rachel has had her season, and I guess that other girl, Tasia, had her season. I don't even know if the Tasia girl considers herself black, but I do know that Matt wants to let the world know that not only is he, I guess, black, but he's also biracial. And it's very important because he is living a biracial life. And here's the deal. I don't know what it's like to be biracial. I know what it's like to be black in America, and I know what it's like to look like a black person in America. And I think it's odd when people who are visibly black, or I mean, this man definitely could be Indian as well. He looks like a dark Indian man, but there's something about it, and I don't know what it is, why it makes me uncomfortable. It just does. It makes me feel like you drank the Kool-Aid, and I'm like, what set you rep? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I'm uncomfortable. It just makes me uncomfortable, and I don't know any other way to say it. And that's a personal problem. That has nothing to do with Matt, so I'm not trying to say, like, any biracial person owes me anything or owes the culture anything. I just know when someone's like, oh, I'm biracial, to me, you're repping a set, and you want me to take that information and do something with it. which I don't know exactly what to do, especially because your experience in this country is going to be similar to mine due to skin tone. So I think it's interesting that this season we, have been given this information. So this is why I think it's interesting, because this is his mother and this is him when he was younger. This little boy looks like my nephew, and my nephew is full black. So I don't know how to feel about him telling us that he's biracial. I don't know what that means. Like I need for it to be explained. So let's just jump into this. Let's just jump into like exactly what's going on. He's never been on any reality TV show, so that makes him super new to this franchise and super new to the way that this franchise works. Because normally the people who've been on this show, are like kind of reality TV people who, what's the word? I can't think of it. Aficionados. They've already been on reality TV, and I think that The Bachelor and The Bachelorette are supposedly like high class reality TV. It's super, super set up. It's got funding like you wouldn't believe. Oh, and speaking like funding you wouldn't believe, the place that they have him staying is beautiful. They're in Pennsylvania somewhere, and it is beautiful. This first episode where all the girls get out of their limo, I mean, it is beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. So he really wants to get married. He's deeply religious. Or at least maybe he's not deeply religious. Maybe that's not how I should say it. But he has a relationship with God. He's born evangelical Christian. He was raised that way. And so it's a part of his life. And so he has a conversation with his mom in the beginning of it. And let me tell you, his mom is still rocking it. You know what I'm saying? It's an older style. She's giving me 80s here in this picture. She's giving me 80s in the footage we see of her on TV. But I love a mom who isn't scared to wear a leather pant. You know what I'm saying? She isn't scared to wear a leather pant. She is saying, look at me. She's giving me a Tina Marie vibe that I can appreciate, So there's no shit on that mom. Except for the fact that she's a Trump supporter. So let me just sip my water. Well, you guys take that in. A Trump supporter. So interesting. Listen, I know Republicans, and I know Republicans who are not Trump supporters. And I just don't understand as a Republican how you can stand behind that man and not realize that it is rooted in racism and white supremacy. Okay. So the first scenes we have of the ladies, they've been in quarantine and they are ready to meet Matt. They've been hearing about Matt for the last 2 weeks and they're so excited. They're so hyped up and they're getting their dresses out. We meet a couple of them. We meet Alicia, who is a ballet dancer. And the first thing I know about Alicia is I was like, wow, she's really cute. And that's great that she's a professional ballerina. However, she does not like to accentuate her lips. She doesn't have a lot of lip, you know what I'm saying? And so you would think that Mama would give us a little liner or something, you know what I'm saying? Give us a little something down here. But she said, no, she's not going to do that. She's going to just wear lip gloss, and it didn't work out for her. Next, we have Abigail, who is, I think, a Matt favorite and a fan favorite as well. Let me find her picture. Abigail was born deaf, and she says that without her hearing aid, she wouldn't be able to hear absolutely anything, which I find to be so interesting because her language, I guess she's had the hearing aids for a long time because she doesn't sound like she uses like some of my deaf friends sound. So she's hearing, or she was hearing at an early age, and her speech, or she's had speech therapy or something, and I don't think that you'd be able to tell even when she had her hair behind her ears. I couldn't see her what are those ears, but I just said the word, can't think of it. This is what a podcast with me is going to be like, you guys. All right, so the next we have is Christine. She's a lawyer. I didn't take a picture of her because honestly the first 2 episodes we haven't heard anything of her. And then we have Maggie. This is really interesting because Maggie is Ethiopian, and so she's bringing an international vibe to the scene. She's giving us a little bit of Let Them Eat Cake. You know what I'm saying? I'm loving this corset right now. She's giving us East African realness and like royalty. She is 32 years old, and I think she is the oldest woman there. Now, mind you, Matt is 28. I personally think Matt does not deserve Maggie. I think Maggie needs to be with a solid in their blackness, majestic gentleman. And I think Matt's too young and annoying for her. I just want her to get something better. We have Anna, who is 29 years old or 27 years old, and she was hyped up on caffeine. I didn't get her picture because, like I said, she wasn't that big in these episodes, but I wrote her down. And then we have Sarah, who they want us to like Sarah. We have Sarah. She is 24 years old. She's a broadcast journalist. And she's always on the scene, you know, and they give a little backstory of her. Her father, I don't know if it's MS, but her father can no longer walk. I think when she was 19, he was diagnosed. And so, you know, her parents are still married, but her father is confined to a wheelchair and he can't speak. He uses a computer in order to communicate. So I like Sarah, and they're really setting us up so that, you know, we can think of Sarah as a contender, which I don't find anything wrong with that. Then we've got Piper, who is a student, and let's see, where's Piper's picture? We don't have much about Piper so far, but I do have a picture of her. Maybe I didn't. Okay, well, maybe, you know, we don't need to worry about Piper. I'll show you guys her later. Next we have Lauren. Oh my God, my friends are killing me. Hold on, let me put my shit on silent. They are just a text messaging away. Okay. So we've got Lauren, who is a lawyer. And this is one thing I've said in somebody else's live. I think I was watching Nikki Star TV. And it always feels like the black women need to be super like smart. They just can't be basic, right? So that we've got, I don't have Lauren's picture here. Oh yeah, there it is. Let's take away Sarah. Oh my God, if my friends don't stop, how do I stop it? This whole thing is very new to me, so I want to thank you guys for your patience. There we have Lauren. Now we've got, I think, 2 black women who are lawyers. And I'm going to introduce you to the other one. What the heck? Give me this. Give me Lauren so I can make hers bigger. And it just is so interesting that, like, you never just have, like, a black woman who's, like, a waitress or, you know, something basic. Like, they're always, like, these top-tier, wonderful black women. And again, just based on the way that they've presented Matt and their conversation around race, I don't want him to end up with a black woman. I feel like you go with somebody else. All right, so he's standing in front of the house or the hotel that they're all going to stay in, and he asks to have a conversation with the host, Chris. And I'm confused because he takes Chris from the front into the space and is like, I just want to talk to you about something real quick. Let's go inside. Let's have this conversation. And it's totally set up. And it feels weird because it feels like Chris doesn't want to go in. But he ends up going in. And then you wonder, he starts talking about race. He starts talking about how certain people are going to expect a certain outcome from him. And there's a lot of pressure on him. And what advice does Chris have for him? And I think to myself, why are you asking Chris? Why aren't you asking Rachel? Why isn't Rachel on this season to help you through this? What? I don't understand. I just don't understand. Like, I don't understand. I'm going to keep saying it. But the pressure, just if you don't even mention it. Nobody's over there thinking anything of you, Matt. I mean, here's the deal. I don't watch this show. I don't know a lot of black people who do. I'm not saying that black people don't watch it, but I'm saying that's not the audience. I don't watch The Bachelor or The Bachelorette because it's a dumb reality show that I don't enjoy. However, I watched it for Rachel's season, and then I watched it for The Bachelorette afterwards. And I've never watched a Bachelor because the idea of beautiful women stomping on each other in order to get with one man grosses me out. So this is the first time I've actually watched The Bachelor. And I was having a really hard time watching it because all I saw was this guy licking his lips, rubbing his hands together. And I was just like, ugh. I just don't find that's not something I ever want to do. Like fighting for a man is not something that I will ever do in my life. I can't do it. I don't have it in me. I'm not humble enough. Not humble. I have too much pride. I couldn't do it. I have too much pride. Also, I cannot be embarrassed and humiliated by being rejected by a man. On national TV, it couldn't be me. It could not be me. Okay, so the next person that we see, we've got Bree. Bree comes up and he likes Bree. Bree is raised by her mother. She is her mother was 13 years old when she had her. Her mother is Persian or Iranian, and her father wasn't in her life. And Matt has so much in common with her because I guess Matt's father left his life too, even though it doesn't seem like the man left and didn't like support. Maybe he just wasn't there as much, but that's the story. There's he grew up in a single family home and his black daddy left, and he didn't know what to do, and all of his friends were friends that were from big families, and blah 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 blah. And I don't mean to downplay his experience because I know a lot of people have that experience and it can be jarring for those. However, the way that ABC is playing it up, it just is like, okay, we get it. Like, you don't have to repeat it over and over again. So I have a couple other people who ended up coming in. We have Mari, who is a beauty queen, and Mari is absolutely beautiful. And it's so interesting. You always have women who are just like too good to kind of run up to the Bachelor, or two guys that are too good to run up to the Bachelorette, because they're like, oh, I'm going to let that person come to me, because in real life, they're usually the hot person and they're not used to having to run after people. And Mari was kind of one of those people. Every time she's on scene, it's just like, wow, you are really, really beautiful. It's crazy. Another one of my favorites is Chelsea. And Chelsea, I was like, come through, Chelsea. Okay. Black girl, no hair, New York City runway model. She wore that dress, honey. She was wearing that dress. Wearing it. Oh, welcome, Lindsay. Welcome, Lindsay. Welcome people to the room. The reason why I have my face covered up is because the visuals are really slow, and I don't want you guys to be having to deal with my nonsense. So I put up a picture that's going to stay still. So let's think of this as a podcast, Okay. So we've got Chelsea, whom I really like. Then we go to Sydney, who I can't remember anything about. But then where's my favorite? Next favorite is Kayla or Kyla. Yes, miss. She pulled up in a pickup truck. She's from North Carolina. She put him in the back of that pickup truck and they drank some sweet tea. And I thought to myself, he's into her. We're all into her. She had a banging ass red dress on. And I was like, yes, Kayla, please come through, represent for the black girls. And, the black girls who are slaying them wigs and babies' hair. You know what I'm saying? And she's also a lawyer as well. All right, so the next person we have who, she really wanted us to remember her, and that was our good-ass friend, Katie, who rolled up with a dildo. So Katie rolls up with a dildo, and you'll see her here on the left, or maybe on your right, I'm not sure. You'll see the girl with the sparkly dress with the dildo on her hand. And here's a solo picture of her. She's 29 years old, bank marketing, and she just wanted to be remembered. And so she rolled up with the dildo and, got some girls upset with that dildo. I'll tell you. I will tell you. All right. So then this person who's over here with the lingerie on, her name is Kylie. I didn't take her solo photo because honestly, I didn't know what this lingerie girl's name was until I looked at my notes just now and realized I should have taken her picture. So I didn't. All right. So then we've got, let's get to Too Cute. I think Too Cute is her name is, oh, nope, did too much. Let's take that away. All right, actually, let's do that. Let's take this away and let's look at all the ladies here, okay? These are all the beautiful ladies that showed up. We've got Kit there in the front with like a little shaggy dress on and some black booties. We've got, I think that's Jasenia in that beautiful blue that's standing next to Matt, and we've got Bree in that beautiful emerald standing next to Matt. We've got Maggie in the back with her majestic hair. Let's see. We've got let's zone in on this crazy person. Look at Chelsea up there in the back. With the bald head. She's wearing that dress. Kyla is on the back row all the way over on the, I guess on my screen it's the right. On yours it might be the left. She's in front of the like Eastern European woman with the blonde hair. That's her. So, no problem, Sawai. Not a worry. This microphone is amazing. You can pick up everything. Okay, so we've got Amber. I think this is Amber, the one with the Eastern European. She rode up on a bike. And let's see. Let's go to back to this page. Take away Dildo Katie. That's what I named her. Isn't that terrible? That's her name. All right, let's see. Who else is there? Oh, there's Marilyn. Girl, Marilyn is so beautiful. She's giving us like a smoldering Kim K right here. I'm not sure, she's either Asian or Pacific Islander. She's giving us a smolder, okay? Miss knows how to take a picture. Oh, the prom queen with the crown. Let's get to this nutter butter. Okay, so I wanted to save the crazy for last. The last person we have is Victoria, okay? Victoria thinks that she is Queen Victoria, you know, like the Queen. And so she walks in with a crown on and with the most annoying California cadence I've ever heard in my life. And if you don't know what a California cadence is, it's this. Hi, Matt. I wanted to help you remember who I was. And yeah, I'm a queen. So Queen Victoria is here. You no longer have to look for your queen because you're my king. And she put like a crown on his head. And so we're just going to be in love and fall in love with each other, okay? And then I think she kisses him. And then she starts to walk up the stairs and she gets up to the top and Mama falls. And he turns around to go run up to her. And she pops up and he's like, "Are you okay?" And she's like, "Yep." And she keeps on walking. This is our season's villain. She's awful. I mean, I guess I just don't like the caddy. It's already beginning, which is why I don't like to watch women fighting over a man. She is just antagonizing all of the women. She interrupts two women to talk to Matt. And so everyone's pissed because some girls haven't even gotten an opportunity to talk to Matt. And now, you know, it's 32 of them, right? So it's the largest group of women that we've had. And I guess, you know, it's really hard to get through it. And you know, it's like an 11-hour shoot, right? This is like a long time. This doesn't end until the next morning. So people are tired and they're stressed out. And Katie, Dildo Katie, she actually interrupts Mara while Mara is talking to what's his name. And let me tell you, Mara is upset. What is this? Let me take these pictures down. People of the world, spice up your life. Let's take away Victoria. There's Dildo Katie. We'll take her away. So Mari is a very, very angry with Katie because Katie interrupted her time with Matt by tapping her on the shoulder with the dildo. Now, people were upset. I was like, I would have been annoyed. And maybe tensions are high because, again, they're all sitting around waiting for the opportunity to talk to Matt, and it's been hours and hours, and they're in ball gowns and heels and full face. And someone comes and interrupts you, and they use like a dildo to touch your hand, touch your shoulder with it. I guess I would have been upset. But yeah, Katie is really trying to. I think the reason why Katie did that is because she is plain Jane. I mean, she's just nondescript, right? Like, are you gonna remember her? Absolutely not. So the other person I think we're supposed to pay attention to is Kit. Kit, let's take this off. Let's take Mari off. Let's take Dildo Katie off, and let's put on Kit. So how are you guys liking this new format? Do you think that I should keep it? I spent a lot of time creating this background and putting these words on here, so it's staying. But I would appreciate accolades for it. How many people are in this room? Let's look. 55 viewers. Thank you guys so much for being here. Can I get some, like thumbs up or whatever? Can I get some thumbs ups or whatever? All right. So let's tell you about Kit. Kit was having a conversation with Matt, and Victoria comes up to her and is like, "Excuse me, princess. The queen needs to talk to Matt." And so Kit gets up. I don't know why these girls just don't be like, "Can I get one more minute to finish my sentence?" And they're always like, "Sure, you can take over." I would have been like, 1 second, 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds. Okay, anyways, let's wrap this up. Oh, I had such a lovely time talking to you, Matt. Thank you very much. And you have a great evening. But no, they always just give it up right away. So Kit is very upset, and she goes back in and starts talking to the girls about how much she doesn't like Victoria. And then everyone is just like, "Yeah, we really don't like Victoria. We really don't like her." And so Victoria, she meant to be the mean girl, and so she is the mean girl, And it is just what she is this season. Here's my face. For those of you who are like, I haven't seen your face in so long. Okay. So, yeah, the delay is long. All right, let's go on to episode 2. So in this episode, I didn't take any notes, but I'm going to tell you. Oh, wait, I didn't tell you who won the night. It was Abigail. Abigail won that rose for that night. And so everyone was really jealous of her because they wished they were in her shoes, and they were not. And then he let go a bunch of women who were just nameless. I think he just let go women who didn't make an effort to come and talk to him and were probably too cute for the whole situation, They just felt like they were just too cute to boot. And so he just wasn't with it. And he just let them go. So the next day, we've got the girls walking out of the hotel talking about how it's the most beautiful place to fall in love. And they are told that there are going to be 2 single dates and there's going to be 1 group date. And so first we get the message on who is in the single date. They're having mimosas, having a good time. And Bree gets the single date. And I'm happy for Bree because I like Bree. Again, remember Bree, she's Iranian, and her mother had her at the age of 13. And she said, and they actually went on ATVs. So they get on the ATVs. And all the girls come out of the hotel to watch them drive off. And of course, Victoria is talking mad-ish, right? She's like, she can't even drive the ATV. Girl, I don't know how to drive that thing either. I would have been, listen, I have such fear of getting into a vehicle and not being able to drive it. I have a bad experience one time in bumper cars in public and not being able to drive the bumper cars. I've since then been able to drive the bumper cars, but that's in my spirit. That hurts my feelings. So she gets on, they take off, and they're driving in the mud, girl, getting dirty. Really wasn't my thing. And at the end, he tells her to get onto his ATV. She gets onto his ATV, and girl, he flips them. Okay. So then they call in the medic and they make sure that everybody's okay. And then they ask them if they would take it from the floor. And I know that wasn't in it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't actually show that. But when we see them again, after they tip over and go to commercial and come back, they're both on the ground giggling. And I was like, that didn't happen in real time. Okay. That's not what happened. They cut, they brought in the medics to make sure everybody's okay. And then they did it again. So they get up, and then there's a hot tub in the middle of the forest for them to hang out in. So they take off their clothes, and Matt has to take off his shirt in order to cut some wood in order to put into the wood burning hot tub in the middle of the woods, and they both get in and they both like take a shine to each other. He really likes her. She's actually very beautiful in public, I mean in person. And we get to see like a slow motion of his abs. In fact, we get to see a slow motion of him without a shirt on, I think twice in that episode. There's a shower scene where they have him like after he's gone for a run taking an outdoor shower as though he just come out of the water. It's very pandering. Oops, wrong one. So he has a good conversation with Bree. They like each other. They kiss, and then they have their evening dinner. And in the evening dinner, they talk about their pasts and growing up fatherless. And she tells us that her mother has a fiance now and is pregnant. And I'm like, I did the math. And she's 24. Her mother is 13 years older than her. So her mother is 37. Yes. And so she's my age. And I'm just like, could I imagine having a 24-year-old person that I had to raise? And I also think it's interesting that she's like, my mother raised me by herself, and it was just me and her. And I'm like, your 13-year-old mother raised you by herself? I don't know where that was, but that's not legal in the US of A. So, and then she's like, my father really wasn't there. And then I think, how old was your father? Was your father 13 as well? I might see why he wasn't there. I need to know the circumstances around this. Like, I get that you were a kid and it's not your fault, but like, if your 13-year-old or 14-year-old or 15-year-old father wasn't in your life, I can see why. Like, I mean, that's a hard situation to be in as someone that young. You know, I know people do it. I know men and women do it, but it's not as though he was, 18 and wasn't in your life. Everybody was a child in that scenario. So in my mind, you were definitely raised by your grandparents and your mom was definitely there, but I don't know if it was just you and her. And if so, it was more so like the best friend scenario, because I have coworkers who are 24 years old who I love, who I'm like, oh, my God, you're my friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, 24-year-old people at this age, at my age, are my friends. Like, there's no way that they wouldn't be my friend. I just don't. I get what she's saying, but at the same time, I'm like, your circumstances were very different than Matt's. Okay, so he gives her the rose. He likes her. I like her. They can run off into the sunset together. The next person that he has his one-on-one with is Sarah. And remember, Sarah is the one who's the broadcast journalist, and her father has some kind of ailment that hasn't allowed him to walk or talk in years. And so she had a hard time because this whole vulnerable is the season, or is the theme of the season or the episode. And so he wants her to be vulnerable so that she's able to open up to him and, and get this party started or get this process started. And she's not able to do it, even though she's had a whole expose and they've gone to her house and everything. But it's just hard for her to open up to Matt because she's not the kind of person that opens up. And being vulnerable is really hard. So they have a good time. He likes the fact that she opens up. They go on an airplane. They kiss. They have a great dinner. It's all good, right? So we know that Sarah is a strong contender as well. So now we have Abigail, Bree, and Sarah that are strong contenders. And we've got some follow-up people that I think he's liking as well, okay? I think he's definitely liking Kayla, which we didn't see that much in this episode, but we know he likes her. The next person that we know he likes is Lauren, because they have a group date. And the group date is 18 girls. And of those 18, they all take a picture with him. And then they bring on this amazing photographer character who's got on eyeliner and like a red suit and a leopard coat. Or he has on a leopard suit and a red coat. I don't know. It was a lot going on. This photographer was very artsy and very gay. And I loved every moment of it. So each of the girls dress in a wedding dress and they go out to this field and there's an altar and they all take pictures with him because they need to give him an idea of what it's going to look like if they get married. And so some of them have their little antics or do crazy things, and then you have Victoria who like interrupts his picture with someone else, and then she stands off to the side and she's like, yeah, because the queen needs to go, it's time for the queen. So he takes a picture with her and she like does a garter belt situation and makes him take off the garter belt, and all the girls are like, Victoria's so crass by making him do the garter belt. And I think to myself, as much as we don't like Victoria, you guys picking on her doing that just gives me hateration in its dancery, because it was kind of cute. So the next thing they have is the girls all get together and they separate and they have to do some kind of, like they do some kind of game where all the people run around. They did it in Rachel's season where they have some kind of competition. And one team ends up winning. Mari ends up getting most valuable player, who is the beauty queen. And who wins? Oh, like group number A wins or something. I can't remember which one wins. But out of that group, he ends up having like one-on-one time with each of them. And he has one-on-one time with Victoria, and she's literally like, I'm gonna tell you something vulnerable about myself. Like sometimes, like I don't think I'm pretty. And let me bring up a picture of Lauren. So not Lauren. What's her name? You have to. This picture of Victoria is such a good picture of her, and I need to find a different picture of her because she reminds me of like a Lush. Like she's the girl who gets too drunk, says inappropriate things, is racist, like just says racist comments. You all know this girl. You went to college with her, right? Just like so annoying. So then she's like, I need you to know that sometimes I wake up and I don't think I'm pretty. Like I'm like, does this just like make me look fat? I was so worried that I was going to get here and you were going to think I looked fat in my dress. And so I just wanted to let you know that I do have some insecurities, and I just wanted to be vulnerable with you right now. And he was like, oh, you look beautiful. I was just like, I don't have it in me. I don't have it in me for this. So the next person that he talks to is Mary Lynn, and he gets her an orchid because that's her favorite flower. So he's feeling her, even though he hasn't had any private time with her. And when Victoria sees that she comes out with this orchid, Victoria then goes back to Matt and tells him that Mary Lynn has been bullying her. And the only thing that I can think of is because those two shared a room, right? And when Bree got her date and they went off on the ATVs, all the girls were like, oh my God, that's so much fun. I'm so happy for her. And Victoria was like, I'm not happy for her. You guys are lying. If you guys don't want to be here for Matt, if you're not here to meet your husband, then just get off this show. And all the girls are like, we can be happy for her and sad for us at the same time. Like, that's not a problem. And so that's not Lacey's voice, Quasi. That is actually how Victoria sounds. And so, so she is just hating on Mary Lynn. I mean, the hateration is real for Mary Lynn. And so because she shared a room with Mary Lynn, and because Mary Lynn was like, I don't understand why you're bringing this negative energy into this space. Like, let's just be positive and happy for Bree. Victoria talks to a producer and then moves her stuff out of her room with Mary Lynn, and then sleeps on the couch. So she tells Matt that. And Matt then pulls Mary Lynn, after he's already given her the orchid, into the like confessions room or whatever, and talks to her and is like, hey, so Victoria told me that you're bullying her, and I want you to let you know that that's not right. And Mary Lynn like doesn't know how to manage this, because I honestly feel like she's never been in this scenario before. I think that people genuinely always like her, and she's never had to deal with this. So she was like, I don't know what to tell you, but all I have to say is that that was never my intention to hurt her feelings. And I want to thank you so much for bringing this to my attention. And I don't want you to think that that is me at all. It's not. That is not what I meant. And that is not what happened. But I know it's your word against, I know it's my word against her word. And so I'm sorry, and blah, blah, blah. And then she goes off and tries to apologize to Victoria, and Victoria's having none of it. Victoria's like, this is what you said. say you didn't say it. And Maryland's like, I'm really sorry if I hurt your feelings. That wasn't my intention. And then Victoria's like, so you're admitting you did it? And she's like, no. And Victoria's like, then why are you apologizing for something you didn't do? In fact, I don't want to sit next to you. Sit over there. In fact, this conversation is over. And I was like, she completely played Maryland. And Mary was so upset. And all the girls like crowded around her. And then they were all pissed at Victoria for bringing this up and ruining their time and making Matt upset and like causing this derision between them. And I was like, wow, that unraveled fast. Like, the men didn't even have this problem. Girls are, I mean, Victoria went in there ready to cut a bitch. And she got to Maryland. And we don't even get to see if Marilyn got cut or not because the episode ended because Sarah got lightheaded. And like, I guess she was going to black out or something, girl. I don't know. So it was a whole mess. But everybody was mad at Victoria because they were like, well, I wasn't there. I didn't witness it. But I can't imagine Mary saying anything like that. She's such a sweet person. And MJ is like, I can tell energy, and I just think that Victoria has a really bad energy. You know, her energy is just really bad. And I don't think Mary Lynn would say anything like that. But I definitely don't like Victoria's energy. Oh, you know who didn't make it past the first night? The ballerina. And I'm like, wow. The ballerina did not make it past the first night, and I blame her choice of lipstick. Okay, so who got the rose? So I told you about the two. Sarah and Bree got the rose, and then Lauren. So Lauren ended up getting the group date rose, and I was really happy for her. I hope that she's a strong contender as well. I'm waiting for Kyla to make her debut. So he's picked a lot of girls that I approve. I really just want... Oh, you know who didn't make it? Is Imani. I felt like Imani was just so used to being the cute girl who guys run up to, and she didn't know how to talk to Matt. Like, she didn't know how to approach him because she's used to being approached. That happened to a lot of these girls. Like, you could just tell the ones who were just so... I mean, and to me, Mari barely kept on. The only reason that Mari kept on is because she is actually... that beautiful, but she's having a harder time relating to Matt as well, and I think it's because she's used to guys coming up to her. All right, you guys, so that is the end of my recap. I'm going to take better notes next episode. I'm going to figure out how to make my streaming service not so delayed. Oh, at least it's like paused on a really good picture of me. I'm looking at it. But I hope the audio is good. I tell you, I got me a new little mic here. It's a good little podcast mic. No, don't worry, Stephanie. If you guys are not interested in this show, I will definitely bring you the tea. You don't have to be. Those of you who want to watch Married at First Sight, it's on right now. So I'm going to let you guys go. I got to go watch it as well. And I'm going to do this for Married at First Sight as well, this kind of live video. And hopefully it'll be better next time. But let me know. Give this video a thumbs up. Let me know if you enjoy this kind of live with the pictures at least, so that you can see who I'm talking about. That would be like great, because this took me a long time to do, and I want to do it for you guys because, like I said in my earlier live that I didn't mean to do, I want to provide you guys the same kind of energy and the same kind of, pictures and stuff, so that you can still view me later on. But that's it. All right, you guys. So those of you who are not watching live, you can cut off right now. Those of you who are live, let's have a kiki and a conversation in the comment section. I'm going to take my face off because I hate the fact that you can't even see me. Let's do that. That makes me feel better. All right, let's have that kiki and conversation. Remember to be you, be true, and find your place. Bye. All right. In the comment section, let's get down. Great, you are trying something new. Thanks, Mickey. I don't know why it's not... YouTube isn't not receiving enough video to maintain a smooth streaming. Maybe it's because I need to like do some kind of I need to figure something out. I'll figure it out, don't worry. I will figure it out. Wow, it's super delayed. I'm looking at it right now and I've been done and it still has Mari on the thing. Thank you. Should I do ASMR? Just kidding. Yes, I love the pictures. I can keep up. Okay, perfect. Oh, I'm so glad you like the mic. I'm so glad. My computer is like on fire. It's like the fan is going like crazy, and I'm pretty sure you can hear that. Marilyn's a sweetheart. Victoria is just something else. Not even a queen. Not even regal behavior at all. No, Victoria is an asshole. Is what she is. But she's the villain, and I just think it's so crazy that she came out swinging. She honestly should be on MTV or VH1. She doesn't belong on ABC. Thank you for the compliment and the winged liner. Anybody watch the show? Did anybody actually watch it? Or are you guys just here for me? You know what? I could actually do this as a. I really should do this as a podcast. I just have to figure out how to audio record it. But I guess maybe I wouldn't even have to do that. I could do 90 Day Fiance like this too. I actually like it. Only pictures though. Oh yeah, they did have the same dress. Okay, who was it? It was this one in front. Who is this? I don't even know her name. Anna? I don't know. And who had the same dress? Oh my god, I'm so excited you guys like my audio. I'm so excited. This makes me so happy. Maybe I'll just keep it as a. That would be. Oh, you guys would. That would be wonderful. I don't have to get my face done. I can just come up here and put pictures, and I just talk about these people. That would be amazing. Unless ABC tried to come for my throat. You know, telling me I can't use images of their thing. That's the only thing. All right. Well, if you guys have nothing else to talk about. Oh, of course you watched it, L Boogie. Of course you watched it. I kikied with you in Nikki's chat. Thanks for coming. Thanks you guys for support. Are you guys watching what's my favorite show? RuPaul's Drag Race. I'm not going to review it at all. I can't do it. I love that show too much, and putting the pressure to recap it would make me hate it. Not that I hate 90 Day Fiance right now, but I feel like I haven't been funny. I feel like Chris has been killing it. Have you guys watched Chris's video? She just put it up. Here, let me post it in here. I feel like Chris is killing it right now. Like, I watch her videos and I'm just laughing because I'm like, she's pulling out the things that I saw, but I just am not like zoning in on. It makes me sad. Oh, my internet is slow. That's crazy. Oh, I'm not using StreamYard. I'm using OBS. The memes about that kiss are hilarious. Oh wait, what kiss? I'm not looking at any memes. Where do you get? Who do you follow that does Bachelor stuff? Chelsea. Give me the T. What is this outfit second to the left? Okay, let's do a deep dive. Okay, let me do that then. I have to let me get back to the outfit. I can't see it on my little screen I'm looking at right now. Okay, let me make this bigger. Okay. So yes, these two did have the same dress on. What outfit? I can't see it. Yeah, Matt is tall. Isn't that beautiful? Ugh, I love a tall man. Chris had me on a tear. Yeah, Chris was hilarious. What is this outfit second to the left? Is that Piper's outfit? The one next to the one next to Queen Victoria? That's Piper. Is that what you're talking about? Oh, okay. Brunette wore it best. Yeah, I think that's Alana. I think Alana looks good. That's Mary Lynn next to the girl with the yellow one. The girl with the yellow one didn't make it because I have no idea who that is, but I think her neckline looks great. Apparently, Kit is related to somebody. I don't know. Nikki was talking about it, and I'm like, who? Oh, next to the green. Yeah, that's Kit. So I think she wanted to wear something a little different. She's like a rich kid or something. I don't know who she is. Okay, Jessie Woo. Let me go to her. Let me follow her. I gotta support Jessie Woo. How come there hasn't been an Asian Bachelor? Oh, there's a lot of Jessie Woos. There's Jessie Woo fan. There's Jessie Woo. Which one is it? The bird dress. That's Kit. That is Kit. Hate the green dress. It just looks bad here, but when she got out, it looked beautiful. I don't know if she took her shoes off. I'm not quite sure why it's so long right now. Piper's dress is a little too short. She's the one that's next to Queen Victoria. Sabine, tell me Jessie Woo. I'm not seeing it. Is it a black girl? It says Jessie Woo fans. The Jessie Woo fans. That must not be her name. A fashion designer, I think. Kid is a fashion designer, Cynthia Raleigh. Oh, who's Cynthia Raleigh? I gotta look that up. Is Cynthia Raleigh a fashion designer? Oh, yes, a fashion designer. Cynthia Raleigh is a fashion designer. Okay. Okay. Jolene Lutzer with Busy Blue. Is that here on YouTube? Shan in Van? Here, I'll look it up. You guys be giving me half information and expecting me to figure stuff out. Jolene. Oh, I see her. Yeah, YouTube. Okay. She does 90 Day Fiance too. Let's see. I like I like to support. Oh, she's a comedian. I don't see it. I see her 90 Day Fiance. Her thumbnail looks nice too. Oh, okay. Sip with Key. Bachelor season 25, week 1 recap. Oh, it's 2 hours. Okay, girl, a 2-hour thing. You know. Oh my god, how are they doing this? Chris and I need to do this. I gotta figure out how to do lives that are shared. Is it through Zoom? All right, let me save this. I'm gonna watch it. Okay, I'm just gonna subscribe. It's fine. Just gonna do it all. Okay, thank you. The Jessie Woo, Black Haitian girl. Thank you. I'm sorry, was that loud? You know I'm hopeless. The Jessie Woo. Okay. Yes. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, she has a lot of followers. What does she do? Can I get this many followers? Do I need to go live on Instagram? I guess. Ugh. How do I get these followers? I've been trying for years. I don't get it. Okay. Moi has become obsessed with Married at First Sight. It's on right now. I gotta watch it. Yeah, me and Chris need to figure out how to go live together. I'm gonna figure it out. I think it's through Zoom, which I could definitely do. What time is it? Where are we at? Where are we at on time? It is 8:35. How long have we been here? 55 minutes. It's time to go, kids. All right, you guys. Well, let me, I'm not going to put my face back on because you won't see it until 5 hours after I I put it on. But I want to thank you guys so much for being with me right now. And I'm going to get better at this podcasting and less dead space, less dead air. And I want to thank you guys so much for joining me on this ride. She was in Love and Hip Hop. That's what I got to do. Love and Hip Hop is where it is. You know what I'm saying? I got to get on Love and Hip Hop. Maybe I need to pretend to want to be a rapper and get me some lace front wigs with baby hairs and then go out there, and try to be a rapper because I'm trying to get one of those checks from, what's her site? And I went and checked my mailbox, another check from somebody. I want to check from somebody. All right. Okay, you guys. Thank you so much. You guys have a fantastic week. I will see you tomorrow or the next day for Married at First Sight. Watch it. It's on tonight. Okay? Watch it. It's on tonight. Thanks for my moderators. Thanks, Sawai. Thank you, Lynn J. Thank you, Mickey. Thank you, me, Shannon. Who else did I see in here? You guys are killing it tonight. And I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys going on this little ride with me. All right, StreamYard, you and Chris need to do it. Okay, StreamYard. All right, I'll do it. Stop yelling. All right, you guys, remember to be you, be true, and find your place. Bye.